Like we're going. Are we ready? Okay, call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Kai, here, Leaders,
Here.
Anderson.
Here.
Herder,
Yes.
Jenner is absent tonight.
Okay, minutes. Did everybody had a chance to read the minutes? We have a motion to approve.
You're talking about the last one?
Yep, the last minute.
Make a motion to accept. 1 second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, public hearing. I will read the statement. Public hearings will be conducted pursuant to the board's rules of procedure as adopted May 26, 1988. We will first hear the report of the planning director on the detailed information and observations regarding the request. If not done so in writing or in written form prior to the hearing. Next, we will take the testimony of the applicant and his or her witnesses. Upon completion of the applicant's testimony, I will call upon members of the audience wishing to make a statement concerning the request. Persons in favor of the request shall be heard first, followed by those who oppose it. At any time during the presentation of testimony, the members of the board may interrupt to ask questions or to make comments on what has been said. Upon completion of the testimony, the applicant will be allowed to make a closing statement to the board. Upon completion of the applicant's closing statement, I will entertain a motion to close the public hearing on the request. After the public hearing is closed, we will then hear the recommendation, if any, of the planning director. And upon completion of all discussion, I will entertain a motion from the members of the board regarding the disposition of the application. Each speaker addressing the board shall step forward to the podium and state their name and their address before proceeding with their testimony or evidence. I would ask that you spell your last name. This board shall not be bound by strict rules of evidence, but does reserve the right to exclude evidence or testimony that it may deem to be irrelevant, immaterial, incompetent, or unduly repetitious. As chairman, I will rule on all questions relating to the admissibility of evidence, which may be overruled by a majority of the board. The board may grant continuances in cases for good cause shown to any interested party who has entered his appearance. The board may at any time request a continuance of the hearing for the purpose of giving further notice, taking further evidence, gathering further information, touring the proposed site, or for such other reasons as the board may find sufficient. In such case, we shall state the specific reason for the continuance and set a date, time, and place when the matter will be continued. All official actions of this board will be made at the public hearing by motion made, seconded, and a polling of the membership. If conditions are imposed, such conditions shall be included in the motion or amendment hereto. Our final decision will be prepared in writing and will be part of the public record for this board. Once this board has reached a decision on the case, that decision will be final. Section 335.18 of Code of Iowa states any person or persons jointly or severely aggravated by any decision of the Board of Adjustments under the provision of Chapter 335 or any taxpayer or any officer, department, board, or bureau of the county may present to the court of record a petition duly verified setting forth that such decision is illegal in whole or in part, specifying the grounds of the illegality. Such petition shall be presented to the court within 30 days after the filing of the decision in the office of the board.
Moved to open public hearing on case CU 2025-08.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The public hearing is open. Would the applicant like to come forward?
Thank you. My name is Sharon Omek, Oamek, and I live at 25593 Old Lincoln Highway. And my husband George and I are applying for this. It is similar, and I heard from us before, it is a ag, property that we're looking as a eligible use to construct the public charter school. And quick summary, it's a school that'll be serving K-5, 40 to 100 kids. We are not just replacing the Crescent School that was there. We did try again to meet with the school district, and they would not permit us to buy, sell, or get the building donated. So, in your package, you saw that we are looking at a site that is just adjacent to the city park. And there's a pavilion right there, and there's natural areas, on the perimeter. So we're looking at placing the school in that southwest corner, where it'd be closest to those natural areas. So, what we are saying is that children, there's been a real big community disconnect. And I think we've all felt that in Crescent. And the children are going to like 4 different districts for school. And as you know, in the rural areas, the school is the hub of the community. And we really think this will be a community asset. And, like I said, we're not just building a school, we're building opportunities for the kids to learn a little differently. And it's going to be based on bringing in visiting naturalists and artists, as well as having some staff people in those same roles. And then, we will be meeting or exceeding the Iowa state standards, but it's just a different way of learning. So the site benefits are that it is adjacent to Crescent City Water. We're kind of just on the edge of the county line and the city of Crescent line. I was mentioning those natural areas when we took a little tour. We saw cottonwoods that were as big as redwoods. I mean, they're round and big, and it's just really exciting to have that adjacent right there, along with the creek. The community benefits, when we talked, we did surveys, I think I mentioned before, and we had people come up to us and said, if you build this school, we're moving to Crescent. So we want to keep the opportunity to have young people moving into Crescent and growing the community. We're working on 2 events already. My colleague Cynthia has a working group, they're going to do a pilot program for children on November 15th, just in the nearby area, just to kind of test the curriculum and things. And then the other event we're doing, it's co-sponsored with Hitchcock, when we're bringing in renowned archaeologist, and he's going to be talking about the 15,000 years that humans have been in the Crescent area. And so it's one of those examples of what we will be doing when we have the school open. And so we really feel like, the Iowa Board of Education has approved us. We need a site, and I think that because of its location, this would be a really good site for the school. You. Any
Any
questions?
questions?
No questions.
Good. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Anybody else like to come forward, speak in favor? Come on up.
Oh, I'm Cynthia Geary. Gehrie. I was on the founding group, and Sharon mentioned the working group that I've been convening. And what this is it's a group of teachers, artists, and naturalists, and then some other people with special expertise who are volunteering to come together to test out some of our ideas about, how do you teach using art and nature? And so the naturalists know how they do it, the artists know how they do it, the teachers know how they do it, but how do you actually get them to come together in a way that is cohesive? And I just want to share with you who's on this group, who's going to be doing this first small experience with 10 children. Just to see the children in doing all of these things where everybody's doing their thing, but how does it start to blend? So one of them is a naturalist and also is doing some experimental work in a kindergarten classroom in Omaha. And she was also the educational director of Fontanelle Forest. And she heard about the school and she wanted to volunteer. Another person is the naturalist, the state archaeologist for the state of Nebraska, who's very interested in helping us learn more about the archaeology of the Lost Hills and about the history, both of prehistoric and then historic. He's already come to this one site that we're going to be working at, and he has done an analysis of a Mormon temple that was there before they were able to cross into Nebraska and then go on their way to Utah. And also, there's a cemetery there, which is mostly children, because while they were delayed on this side of the river, there was cholera that went through. So getting an idea of, we want all the children to really know about the Lost Hills, to know about the history, the prehistory, to know about and to feel like, what is it like to be on the hills? What is it like to be in the creeks? What is it like to be in all the different parts, so that it becomes a part of their sense of the world. Another person who's volunteered to work on this group with us is a teacher who is also part of a Native American group called, it's about, what's the name of it? Rock the Res. Rock the Res is a group of people who take musical instruments in the summertime to all of the reservations around this area. And they spend a week in each one, and they teach the children all about music when everybody gets an instrument. And she's just brilliant, and she's so creative, and she's just been a wonderful person, to be a part of it. And then another person is a teacher in the Lewis Central system, but she's also a leadership coach in that school system. So she teaches teachers about how to do innovative things. And she's very excited about this as something that she wants to be introducing into schools. So I just wanted to let you know that it's not just that we're going to be having some teachers and some students that are coming together, but this is an idea that is timely, and incredible people are coming up because they want to be a part of it. And that's what I want you to know. This is something that is really special. Thank you.
Sounds more like camp to me. Sounds like going to camp, not going to school, but.
Happy children.
And can you restate your name for us, please? And did you get her address? I don't think we, okay,
18277 Badger.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay.
Well, I wasn't planning on speaking, but Cynthia inspired me. Jerry Larson, Larson. I live at 21 Walter Newman Circle here in Council Bluffs. I won't take up too much of your time, but I have been an educator in Council Bluffs for the last 34 years until this year. I was a teacher and administrator for the Council Bluffs Community School District. I started my administrative career at Crescent Elementary, as most of us did, to be honest. But I want to take you back to how important this site is for this particular school. In the elementary, the current Crescent Elementary building, there was a nature trail that was designed by the teachers at that time at the school. And we did integrate that nature trail into many of the lessons that we did. This is going to take that to a much higher level, but this site will give access to some of the same things that I saw, almost 26 years ago, be put into place for kids. And we really will, I think I might have been out there about the time that was maybe the highest enrollment for Crescent Elementary, and it was about 130 kids. So potentially this school will be able to serve just about as many kids, because cap is 100. So I'm the newest member to this group. So, but I'm very, very excited, as being an educator for so many years, to see the opportunities that this is going to afford, both teachers, staff, other staff, and then also our kids. I think it'll be a great benefit to not only Council Bluffs, where I live, but mainly Crescent. And it's just a really great site for us to be able to take the plan that was presented to the Iowa Board of Education to that we were approved for, and that this is the site that I think will help us get there. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else speak in favor?
Thanks. I'll be brief as well. My name is George Omek, Oamek. I live at 25593 Old Lincoln Highway, Honey Creek. I currently farm the site that we're talking about here. I've been farming it for the probably 7 of the last 10 years. It's part of a century farm that our grandparents purchased after my grandfather came back from France after the war. Cynthia and I have the same, but we're first cousins, so they're our grandparents. Education is very important to my family, very important, and there was really no intention of breaking this farm up. And for breaking it up for a Crescent school is probably in fact, the only thing we would consider doing. And so we will, we're quite willing to sell to the school, whatever terms, the parcel needed for the school, and support it strongly. At least I will continue to farm the rest of that parcel over time. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else speak in favor?
Say the same thing.
Okay, thank you. Anybody opposed? Okay, seeing none, I'd look for a motion to close public hearing.
Move to close public hearing.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, staff recommendation.
So, you've heard from Pam and I on this project before. I mean, we're excited about the project. I'm excited about this site. I think this site on Badger there, it is much of a community. You can almost call it a community hub site. You have the school there, you have the city park there. So it doesn't we have no concerns over that site that's there. So our recommendation is to approve the application. It's subject to a lot of the conditions that they've already met, but I'll read the conditions on it as well. So the applicant shall meet all the criteria from the state of Iowa to be considered a public charter school. The applicant will obtain the necessary commercial building permits to construct the building in accordance with Pottawattamie County building codes. If a well is going to be servicing the property will be utilized by the public, it will be approved by the Iowa Department of Natural Resources as a public water well. The septic system shall be installed to code and size to handle capacity of the building and the proposed use. The parking lot shall be constructed in accordance with Pottawattamie County codes, in addition to providing the necessary ADA hard surface parking spaces. No on-street parking would be allowed. Signage shall be limited to the Pottawattamie County code. The access drive for this conditional use shall comply with section 503 of the International Fire Code. The site shall be inspected and a certificate of occupancy issued prior to occupancy. The applicant shall meet with the local fire department, give them a tour of the site, familiarize them with the site. The applicant shall secure the permit And this one's kind of, I don't know if we're sure of it or not, but the applicant which shall secure the permit and or approval from the FAA if applicable. There's a landing strip that's relative to the property. And it's based on the following findings of fact. The subject property is in the A4 Les Hills District. The county zoning ordinance, which is adopted in accordance, in conjunction with the land use plan, stipulates that the proposed land use is a permitted conditional use in the A4 district. The subject property is primarily utilized for agriculture and residential. This conditional use is not foreseen to have any negative impact on the area properties. The existing road system is not foreseen to be impacted. The aforementioned conditions will minimize any potential adverse impact on the adjoining properties.
Right. Matt, any discussion? Comments?
I think it's great.
Me too. I'm glad it's coming to.
Nothing here.
Great. I think it looks good myself. Much better location than the last one, I feel. So, I mean, this sits right next to Crescent city limits. Is there any way I mean, it matters, but they'd be able to get hooked on the city sewer or something, maybe, instead of having to do a septic.
We're checking into it.
We made inquiries about which city water up involved on.
Yeah. That'd be nice for you guys, but. All right,
Want to make a motion to approve?
hang on one second. Did you want to I forgot to ask him for a final statement during the public hearing, but would you like to make a final statement? No. Okay, perfect. And we'll ask for a,
I'll make a motion to approve as recommended.
as recommended
Board,
by Matt.
yeah.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Leaders,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Herder,
Yes.
Kai.
Yes.
Motion carried. Now it goes on to the Board of Supervisors.
Nope, been granted.
It's been granted, okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yay! Finally.
Can Lynn come to camp there?
I'm thinking, I want to learn all this stuff.
He could be one of the collaborators.
We'll always take volunteers.
Okay.
You wanna come and help?
Okay. Well, I want to come and learn, because I don't know any of this stuff, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any other business?
But just real quick on the other business, I'm sure you've all been served, much like me. And so the county attorney's office does act as the attorneys that represent you all and myself in matters just like this. And there was some issues with we were served earlier. You all weren't aware of that because they served somewhere here in the courthouse. Our attorneys at that point in time they kind of waited to see they were going to file a motion to dismiss at that time for improper service because the code for you all that defines Board of Adjustment in the zoning ordinance really lays out the steps of what you have to take,
Mhm.
right? If you're disgruntled against a decision. The service wasn't correct, but it was 2 days before their deadline that they had to serve. By the time the court hearing happened, obviously the deadline had passed. The judge at that point in time granted their attorney 60 days to correct service on it. And that's why all of a sudden we all got served on there. And so now our attorneys I don't know if it's an appeal or motions that they're filing, but they feel as though that the court acted in error, should not have allowed a correction of service timeline like that. It wasn't done on time, not done on time. And so that's where we're at in it right now. But if anything more pops up, then I'll send out emails and let you know. And we'll keep everything that we communicate back and forth as a part of the record for this. But I made it very clear to the county attorney's office, I do not feel as though this is a case that we can lose. If we do lose, it will really kind of upset the balance of what could potentially be considered ag exempt. And so they seem to be all on board with that, and representing it. So that's where we're at on it. That's what I know of it so far.
Very good.
All right.
So we can be served?
No,
Board members?
no, the service should have just come to the board's office, which is the planning department. that service should have just been given there, and that's all that needed.
It really doesn't affect us anymore, no matter what happens,
Right.
right?
Shouldn't,
No.
but anybody can sue anybody,
Yeah,
so.
because I mean,
Well, kinda.
what they'll do is that they'll take that, really what they're gonna take is the determination recommendation, and that will go to a judge, and basically the judge will find, did the board err in their decision? If they feel as though they've erred in that decision, then they'll issue it back to you all and say, hey, you need to reconsider this matter because we feel as though you erred in that.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
So we throw away our service?
Yeah, pretty much. All right, anybody make a motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
And a second?
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.